So today I'm going to talk about the Revolt of 1857. The Revolt of 1857 is also known as the Sepoy Mutiny. Veer Savarkar has mentioned that this was the Sepoy Mutiny, or the Revolt of 1857 was the first war of independence. Whether it can be called the first war of independence or not is a matter of debate, because some historians have already pointed out, that the wars of independence had already started, although not in such a big scale, but there were pockets of revolt and protest already happening in India before the revolt of 1857 grandly struck. But one has to understand that the importance of the revolt of 1857 lies in the fact that it managed to create a break. The revolt of 1857, it created a break in how the Britishers, they perceived the Indians. It also created a break in the way British administration was being conducted in India for so long. For example, after the revolt of 1857, there was a complete change of political structures. There was a change of legalities. A new army was in place. There was new police structure. New laws were coming up. So the revolt of 1857 has a significance of its own, and I think it is also important because for the first time the British could fathom what the Indians could actually, what the Indians were actually capable of. The British could never imagine a retaliation of such kind. So what really happened? What was the revolt of 1857? If we look at the immediate causes, or if we look at the immediate incident which led to the revolt of 1857, it was the 29th of March. In a barrack in an army cantonment in Barakpur in Bengal, an Indian sepoy by the name of Mangal Pandey, he opened fire at an European officer. But this is just part one of the story. The part two and the drama comes thereafter, when when the rest of the European officers were ordered to arrest him, they declined. So this kind of added to all the drama and all the tension, that the refusal or an European officer being shot at by an Indian due to grievances or due to other causes is still acceptable, or such stray incidents happen, but it cannot be taken lightly. It can no more be taken lightly when there are other Indians who have joined his cause and who have refused to arrest him. So what followed was that they were soon apprehended, they were court-martialed and hanged in early April. But then what followed was a complete mayhem. There were arsons were reported from army cantonments from all over Lucknow, from Meerut, from Ambala, and sepoys, they formed groups and they marched to Delhi because they supposedly were going to Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was the only living Mughal emperor at that point of time. He was still free till before the British ultimately killed him in a very ruthless manner. He was still a free man, and on 11th May they proclaimed, they reached Delhi and they proclaimed that this aging Mughal emperor, who was also known as Bahadur Shah Rangila for his very, very many pleasurable ways of life, he was declared as the king of these sepoys and the common people who marched to Delhi to reclaim independence. So from Delhi, the uprising actually spread to other parts of the country. It was in Delhi that other people, like say the commoners, they also joined the movement, and it took a violent shape. Slowly we see that the army centers in northwestern provinces, in Awadh, it took the shape of a civil rebellion, and disgruntled rural population, they also lent a helping hand to these army men. So what really happened, what really led to the army to this army revolt? This opening of fire by a man like Mangal Pandey is just half the story. For the rest of the story, I think there lies, we have to really delve deeper, because there lies years of resentment and injustices which were meted out to the people of uniform by the Britishers, and the British law and British administration. So the mutiny, it primarily affected the Bengal army and the Madras because the Bombay and the Madras regiments, they remained quiet, while the Punjabi and the Gurkha regiments, they maintained their loyalty to the British. So it's not as if there was a complete uniformity, or there was a complete support in the Indian camp towards the Britishers. There were also people who were not so inclined to revolt against the Britishers, and they were